Welcome, welcome everybody. Sorry for the little lateness. We had a little tech just for a change. I had to, just a little tech thing. Something wasn't working with my settings, but we're all here. The panelists are here. The team is here. Thank you for your patience. We'll let everybody come in. We have a double Andrea Joy Burke today. How lucky are we? Andrea comes in doubles. Evelyn, hi, Diane, Joanne. I'm recognizing some beautiful names. Marquita, Megan, Nancy, so great. And ladies, panelists and team alike, you can start seeing messages in the chat. So if you want to say hi, you can. Hi, everybody.
Hello.
And what's really nice, you'll notice attendees as well. We can use the chat to everyone throughout the the sharings and the webinar. So as our sweet panelists share their stories and their insight and everything, please feel free to comment, show your appreciation, ask questions if you'd like, and we'll do our very, very best to address those questions as we go. And if there's anything we haven't addressed, we can look at them, circle back towards the end. And if not, we can connect you to the artist on the beautiful Facebook community, which is always a great way to share because everybody gets to see the question and the answer as well. Hi, Tony. Cleveland, Ohio. Yeah, I love when you guys say where you're from too. It's cool. It gives us a better view of like the range, how spread out we are, yet probably pretty close too for some of them. Ohio. Bonjour tout le monde, on a des francophones, ça c'est super. Vancouver, Pittsburgh, Alaska. Oh, that's nice. Wonderful. We'll just offer maybe a minute or so before we get started. Virginia, yes, California.
California, yay.
Yeah, Eddie's hometown. And Andrea, where did you say you're from? Where are you living now? Oh, wait, I think you're muted. Let me make sure you're.
Sorry, I'm in Connecticut.
You're in Connecticut. Awesome. Oh, closer to us.
Yes.
Up north. Edmonton, New York, Kitchener. Awesome. Orlando. That's where Carrie's from. Yeah.
Oh.
Yes. Yeah, sunny Naples, Florida. I heard it was beautiful there, Bronya. Yeah. Houston. It was snowing here again in the mountains, so there's a big difference with the sunny side up. We're ready for it.
It's raining here. It's so ugly. The weather is
really
so bad.
Too?
Yeah.
Just gray.
Yeah.
Well, since the beautiful Leah started speaking, let's introduce her again because some of you may have met her. Please stay here. Some of you may have met her at the last webinar, but since it was open to different groups of artists, some of you might have not met her. So our sweet Leah is new to the team. She's been with us since I think January.
Yeah, end of January. Yeah.
End of January. And so she's our marketing coordinator. And she's also been overseeing customer care in tandem with myself. And as we have new customer care girls that joined us, 3 different ones actually in the past month or 2. So hopefully you'll start feeling that we have even more support to offer you in the community as we go. One of them, Eden, will be joining me on the community and taking over a little more so I can focus on more features and projects and things that we want to develop for you and then the greater scheme of things. But you will get to connect with her in the community. Eden. She couldn't be with us here today, but you'll get to meet her pretty soon. And yes, so Leah's been acting as marketing coordinator, and she's working in tandem with Tamra, our beautiful Tamra that joined us also quite recently. And Tamra is a graphic designer, so she will be working on our visuals and will also be assisting Sandrine at design when she needs that extra help. And so she'll be training on that as well. And she will also be helping us with like marketing campaigns, like doing her own touch. We want to really work on a new look for our newsletters and the customizable newsletters that we'll be offering the artists and all these beautiful projects that are brewing in the background. So she'll be working in tandem with Leah as well. Do you want to say hi, Tamra?
Yeah, hi guys. Hi everyone. I love what you do all, by the way. I just did the artist crush for Eddie.
Yes.
Recently.
Oh, yes, yes,
really love
thank you.
what you do.
Yeah, that was beautiful. Yes, thank you.
Yeah, thanks for saying that, Tamara. I forgot. That's actually one of the things I wanted to say. So yes, Tamara is responsible now. She's our lead on the Artist Crush and the Spotlights and maybe some new features that we'll be developing. So that's really wonderful that you get to see her and meet her. Thanks for reminding me, Tamara. And Joanne, I introduced you before you actually came on. If you want to say a quick hello, I was telling the artist who you are. Yes.
Hi.
Can't see her beautiful smile because she's at our physical offices in Montreal. There it is. Most of us work from home, so we have the luxury of not wearing a mask, but she's going in the office now. She's being trained on different things as she's studying your fashion marketing, right, Joanne?
Just marketing and management.
Just marketing and management. Wonderful. Yeah. And so she's interning with us for 4 weeks, but she will be staying on part-time to help the team. So marketing ties in directly to Carrie, our marketing director, who's here today. And you met at the last webinar, for those of you that were there. So she'll be helping the design team and also helping Carrie and the rest of the team on the marketing approaches and the different segmentation we do, the projects. So she'll be in the background working on some really cool goodies and future visions we have for the artists as well. And lastly, our sweet Carrie, do you want to say hi again? You said hi to the artist, but perhaps. Oh yes, I'll mute so we don't have a lag. We're in the same room.
Hi, everyone. It's great to be here. Great to have everybody. Thank you for letting us know where you're from and being a part of this event. We love doing the live events so we can all get together and see each other's faces and just get some context and texture on what we're doing. It's amazing, all of what you artists are doing. It's everything that we do here. You inspire us, so much with your pictures and your sharings. The way you motivate and inspire each other is beautiful in the community. We really, really appreciate all that you're doing. And we just have such big vision for what this can become and give everybody an opportunity to just be able to share their artwork the way that you are and just see the kind of visions. After every webinar that we have, you should hear the feedback that we get from some of the newer artists. They're very, very inspired. So I always send the recordings to newer artists that are coming on board just to give them the opportunity to connect, with what you're doing. So thank you for being so gracious with everything that you've already done on your journey to share with the new artists. I think it's just beautiful, to give them that insight and give them a huge momentum and a push. It's really beautiful. So thank you all for taking the time to be here today and be a part of that. We're really, really grateful for you. And thanks to the team. We have an amazing team and I'm so grateful for what everyone's doing. And thanks, ladies, for being here with us today, making it awesome. Thanks, Julie.
Thank you, thank you, thank you. Awesome. So that's our round table for now. I will let the artists introduce themselves because just their mere presence is enough and speaks volumes. But we will start with Medj, whom you've already met if you've seen some of the other webinars or if you've visited the community. So Medj has been a longer standing artist with us and has also had a lot of experience with fashion, hosting fashion shows specifically, also special events. And so she just recently had an amazing show with 300 VIP guests. And so it's like fresh off the press. She's ready to share more about that with us. So I'll just let you share away, Medj. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, Julie. Thank you to all the team of the galleries because I'm living my dream, I have to say. I'm an artist, abstract artist, and I always love fashion. In a past life, I used to have a company in Cannes where I was doing business development for artists, for designers, for people who have it all. So now I have it having all also. So I will share my screen with you to give you some tips because I think you are here for that. So I have a fashion show with a foundation. So the great news is that, yes, I can do it myself, but the best way to do it for me is to be in an event who is already organized. So they gave me a table. I found, I don't know, last time, if you have been there before, we have a normal rack, a standard rack. I found this rack amazing because it gave people more opportunity to see everything because it's the clothes are going up So down I put the small, the medium, the large, and the XL. So I will show you. Last time I did the color and I decide I was by color, so blue, beige, all the color together, and I found that people couldn't see it. It was better for my eyes. However, when you have different kind of color, people come and they look at it. So of course I have my clothes on, always, wherever I go, I have my clothes on. I found a friend of mine who were completely all different size, different color, different heights, everything. So to show the people watching that it's for everyone. Everybody can have my clothes, so that is important. The color I try to, so my first goal was to have one walk in blue, one walk in black and white. And I realized that wasn't maybe the best idea. So at first, they were all with a kimono. She have a reversible dress. And I had the small, the little white dress, or the plain color dress, and the black dress, like as you can see, for people to realize that they don't need to buy it all. They just need one accessory and it will be fine. As you can see here, I have a board with everything. So we are eco and sustainable brand. That is important, that people realize that we are vegan, but we are not only vegan, wrinkle-free, machine washable. They have it here. They see it. It cost me maybe $10 to do it. It wasn't expensive. I did it at Staples, and it's a normal board, and I put it on an easel, period. Simple. I have my logo on the top, and that's it. Of course, my website. So because my website, I have my painting on it, and near it, wearable art, they click and they are on our website. So I have 300 people. They pay between 150 and 10,000 to be there. So I knew they have the money to come. It was a foundation for children. It was a Jewish foundation for children. I was very lucky to be invited there. I was the only entertainment. They have music, but people were more interested in the fashion show, men and women. So I want to show you. So the table, I don't like the mess. So I have a little box with the payment, how to take the payment. So I take my payment with PayPal. I have a little box where I can put the credit card in, and it costs less money to do that, because if you go directly on PayPal, they take more. So if you have the how they call that? They call a box where you put the credit card and you are able to take the payment, it costs you less. So think about it. It cost me, I think, $29 to have the box. When you register as a business on PayPal, they give it to you. I try all the other thing, like Squares. I didn't like it. And they have no customer service in the US. PayPal, they answer. So if you have an issue, they answer. So I have 2 of my books with my painting, because I made a book with my painting. So people can open. It can be really overwhelming, because people are coming after the show. Everybody's coming to see what you have. So you need to have two people talking, one person talking, one person processing the payment, and one person explaining what it is. You need friends there, because alone it's not possible. I try it, it doesn't work well. So a ton of pictures. You see, they are beautiful. So I have a girl helping here. So she always also have a kimono. So I ask people to bring a little black dress or a little white dress, because in case they don't fit the clothes, you have to find a way to organize and deal with it. So they are natural, normal girls, nothing different than all the women in the room. What to say? I talk about that already. That is my husband. That is Harold, an artist also. So
We saw his
Harold
beautiful video,
contacts
Madge.
me.
So
What?
happy you so sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt. I want to say we saw the cute video. He's so adorable. You shared on the community. Maybe I could share
Yes.
if I can get the link, I'll put it in the thank you email. Like so sweet. And I
Yes.
love like the pure partnership that just happened in the heart, like in that moment, you know?
Exactly. And just because we have the Facebook community. So he contacted me and he said, okay, I have a bracelet. Do you want to add it to the show? I say, okay, come on in. So it was beautiful. We have an amazing place. So you need a rack for your clothes. How I organize it by girls. The first girl has her first dress, second, third, fourth. And each girl have a color of, you can see you have a color to separate everything. We have an amazing place. It was you see the green room? The green room is like, wow. So of course, some champagne before the show to give everybody, not too much champagne, but just one glass of champagne to have a confidence. So here we go. So the girl were in the room before the event, before the show, they were walking around like that. People feel already that, wow, that's beautiful. And they were talking to everyone. So here, Harold Miller bracelets. So we look for
beautiful.
bracelet completely with the same colors and the clothes. So we kill two birds at a time. So I have my show and he have his bracelet on. So of course the video will come. So you will have the video very soon. You see, we adapt the color to the clothes. There we go. And of course, it's not about a classical fashion show. The model have to show off. They have to show the art, absolutely. So here we go. I show you, but you know. So again, bracelets. So I have one of my painting here on stage. You will see why after. So I will go fast. So ton of people, and that if you can find that, I found this kind of rack at a thrift shop. It's a woman who was giving away all her stuff. If you can find this kind of rack, it's the best one, because I have the other one, but this one are really fabulous. So you see, people can see everything that you have. Of course, you have your name on stage, even though people know who you are, they have paper, have your name on stage. So even if it's only one slide, your name, what you are about. So I talk about change your energy, change your reality, because my heart is about that. And why it's about that? Because you bring, if all the women in the room, and you will see the room, they are all in black or in beige or dark blue. And I have to say, all depressed or sad or angry and everything, but you bring a little color to your life and it changes everything. So as you see, I use Einstein. So if Einstein says that, it's true, right? It's okay. It's not just me saying that. Okay, so I was with the girl to give them confidence and tell them, okay, you can do it. Show off, show off, show off. And smile, smile, smile. You will see the difference between the girls smiling. So that is my husband, who was my MC. You know better than anyone what I am about and what the clothes are about. You have clothes all over the home, right? So, and he was able to to talk and explain what is it about. So I will go faster because I want you to see.
Medj, if I can ask, I don't mean to interrupt you, just
Yes.
two questions I saw that could be relevant in this moment. So about the bracelet maker, I know you mentioned him on the community. Can you repeat his name for some artists were asking?
So Harold Miller.
Harold.
He is you can see the video on our Facebook. If you want, I will write it down.
Yes.
It
I don't know if
should
I
be
wrote it well.
here.
Harold. I think I missed
Harold Miller, and he's in
Yeah.
Miami area.
And then my awesome, and I'll add that. Harold
Okay.
Miller. And the other
And I'm
question
sure.
is, yes.
Yes.
Go ahead. Go
The other
ahead.
question.
Sorry.
No, go ahead. Go ahead. Sorry.
No, it's me. I want to let you finish. Yes, the other question was, I remember you spoke about this on the community, but perhaps the artist asking isn't on the community or didn't see it. How do you choose your sizes when you prepare a show?
Oh, that is terrible, I have to say. So I try to have some small, some medium, and extra large. I don't take a lot of extra large because we are in Florida. So the women are supposed to be smaller because they are at the beach all the time, right? It's not true, but let's say that. So I have 2-3 models of everything. I have a lot of inventory. I don't want to show you my room because you have clothes all over. And I have bought, because it's cheaper, I don't know if you know, it's cheaper to buy by 3 or by 6 than one example. So I bought 3, 6. I bought 1 small, 1 medium, or 2 medium, 1 large, 1 XL. Like that, I have a variety on my rack. What else? What can I say? What else?
And do you find that I think that's the complete answer. And I feel like probably with the kimonos, it's nice because they're one size. Like you have like a lot of options with those things more. Maybe do you do scarves as well, or not so much?
Yes. So the kimonos, they show. You will not see it because I'm waiting for for example, this dress. It's not, the dress is not like that because it's, I think I will show you what it is. I forgot the name of this dress, but it's this one. You know what it is.
Do I recognize the name?
So she wore the top.
Yes.
And yes.
Rolled it.
She wore it. So just because she didn't like it like that, she liked it small, showing her skin. So she did it like that.
That's great.
So yes. So you see, I have all size of women.
Yes.
This one, she was a L. The other one was a XL. And I have 2, 1 small, 1 medium, and she was a S, small.
Yes.
So see how she is having fun.
Yes.
They're having fun. Okay, here why I have my painting.
Yes.
People, when they saw that, they were, wow, is it possible? Yes, it's possible. So they saw it. So, and wait, I have to continue here. Oh, I know why. Give me 1 second. I have to go.
And remind me to ask you questions after Medj. A few came in that I don't want to miss.
Yes, go ahead. Go ahead.
Is it good? Yeah. Okay.
Yes.
I don't want to interrupt your flow if you were going somewhere with your idea.
Look at how she's having fun, guys.
Yeah, definitely.
and people are asking themselves, is it the clothes who make you have fun like that? Because they were very serious. They pay $5,000 for the suit. They were super serious. But trust me, they were having fun at the end.
Oh, that's
because
good. It's all about energy. Hey, Medj? It's all about energy. Yeah.
We are artists.
Yeah.
We are artists. We are bringing so much love just with our painting, and we put it on clothing. So it changes everything. So you see how when she's turning, look at the picture. We barely see her.
That's amazing.
We just see the painting. So here is Harold. Harold is here again. Yes. So
So inspiring. And so about this one that you just showed with the painting, Madge, if I may,
Yes.
Ronya is asking, what top is she wearing? The one that-
So I will see. I'm terrible because I don't know all the name of the tops, but I will show it.
I don't either, by the way.
Is this
I don't
one?
remember all of them by heart.
It's a Sylvie top.
Sylvie top.
The
Sylvie
one,
top, Ronya.
it's very easy to wear on a jean, on a dress.
Yes.
So I have all the color for myself. I wear that all the time. So that is a shawl that I will show you how she wear it. Look at the painting with the shawl. This is not fabulous.
Oh,
So
yeah.
one painting, people were, wow. So she has the shawl on a simple white dress. Black dress with the kimono. She showed how to wear it. So here's a cardigan. Simple white dress also. She showed how to wear it, and she's showing the painting because it's important to show the painting. And as this one is a painting with shell, people loved it. So you see, walk in the crowd to show that yes, it's vegan, and people enjoy that, to feel it, because we are very lucky. It's soft.
Yeah.
So a recommendation to the woman on stage: you have to look at in the eyes the woman, not the man in the crowd, because the women don't like that to look at the man. So look at the woman in the crowd and show them your stuff. Small advice, but it's a good one.
Very good one.
Yeah.
And Madge, what do you do with, somebody was asking, what do you, that's funny. Yes.
It's funny,
Woman
yes.
first, man after. Yes. Be wise.
Be wise, because if the women are upset, they will not buy, right?
Exactly. Yes. Yes. And it's mainly, women's clothing. So yes, definitely
Exactly.
a good idea. Yes. The question was, what do you do with the clothes the models wear afterwards? I guess you just use it to sell, right? Because they just wear it once, or do you wear it for you, or?
So the most of the clothes are my clothes, because
Yes,
I have a huge rack for myself.
Yeah.
So, but
That's good.
yes.
And
Yes.
and then if you don't have the size that they want, say they try that, like, oh, this is a bit snug, maybe I could go with a medium. Do you allow guests to order from your storefront? Do you order it for them? Like, what do you do with that?
I already have two. I might have more than 100 pieces here, so I don't need to buy more. So I ask them to order, and I have my computer on the table with the website open. So I give them a small discount. For example, on the website, it's $139. I say $120. First, it's better because you have the change. And also they feel that they are having a good deal.
Awesome. So good.
So
yeah.
here, for example, that was the finale. I don't have all the pictures there, but just to show you. So here you have the top, a plain skirt, a kimono on it. Here she have a dress with the cardigan. Here she has the poncho, and it was a painting. The last one, she just have a scarf.
Nice.
So you have a large opportunity to show everything that you are doing. And of course, before you have the fancy dresses that the women there will love them, because it's different. And it costs just only $100. So for this woman who pay $5,000 to come to the show, they were happy to buy that, and it can buy any color that you want. I think Eddie have a question.
Yes, go ahead, Eddie.
Eddie, go ahead.
Is she still- Let me see. Did you have a question for us, Eddie?
Not me.
No? Okay,
Not this-
Okay.
is there another, Ed, is there another, I didn't see, oh, I saw Evelyn was asking about, so what does it mean when we say vegan? Well, basically the ink we use is vegan, so that's a big part of it. But also the fabrics, like we don't use any animal byproducts in the making, in the fabric itself. So, everything is synthetic. There's no, animal byproducts in any of our products. So that's,
So
vegan part.
I have to explain that because why? Because people say, oh, why vegan if you are not health conscious? It's breathable. You can
Yeah.
breathe better. You sweat less. And in winter, like in summer, the clothes is fabulous on your skin. You don't have any allergies because it's plant-based. So no rash and whatever. And it feels good on the body.
Yeah.
So another advice, because I wanted to wear the same things as them, but in fact, it's better to have another color. So they are the finale, but I have another color. And I choose the color that fits me better.
Yes.
So in all your collection, you have maybe one stuff that you like. And by the way, Andrea, this is a painting. This is a picture of the beach.
Yes, Andrea is one of our panelists today, and we were sharing about her journey and her approach. She's more into photography of wildlife, and she was seeing more paintings and digital designs and digital art on the community, and wasn't sure where hers fits, and she's still looking for her niche. But Medj was saying, no, I also do photography like this one that she's wearing now.
Yes.
Yeah. Lovely.
So of course, at the end, take the time to give your value. Talk about, because that is the one that it's now that you are selling. You are selling when you begin to say why you paint, why you have your clothes on wearable art. So for me, it was, I paint to bring, I put my heart in all my painting. I paint to bring energy, color, and something different to people, because when you have my painting in your office or at home, absolutely changing the energy of the room. Yeah. So imagine that you cannot buy the painting, but you want a piece of happiness or whatever are your value. So, and what away I gave my speech.
Yes.
5 minutes, but I explain what I am. Here we were with Harold. So
yes,
we
that's
did
a video you shared.
We celebrate. And guy, we have fun. So people see it. They are seeing that we have fun. Yeah. And let's go back here.
Medj, did you while you're scrolling through your photos, did you 2 questions? Did you give part of your profit to the fundraiser? And 2, do you have to pay to get a table at the event, or were you invited like a guest?
So I was 100% invited. I was supposed to give a piece of my proceeds to the foundation. I give them $100 just because I say, okay, I will do that. Yes. However, I wasn't, they make thousands of dollars. I'm a starving artist.
Exactly. I thought with that price for a ticket, they're probably good, but it's a great question to ask, Bronya, because for you or for another artist, the event might be different and you might be working for a non-for-profit in a different way. There might be another approach. So I think that's a brilliant question to ask. And just before we round up, so we offer the light to Eddie and then Andrea.
Oh, the question was the shawl. Yeah. I answered this one. So the shawl, you can wear it on the horizontal or on the other side. You can turn it anyway. You can put it in many ways. Play with it. So I realized that, for example, the kimono, you can do that with it. You can take both sleeve here.
Oh yeah. Amazing. Yeah.
Women love that because some women have a little belly. You see, it changes.
Yes.
You have another look. Yes. So we can do so much stuff with it. So just enjoy. And in terms of we can be invited everywhere because they need entertainment. They are not paying us. and we are giving the show. We
Yeah.
are the show.
Yes.
So there we go.
Absolutely. That's amazing. And I
Thank you.
I love
Thank
that
you.
you're sharing. Thank you so much, Madge. It's always so rich. And I love to see how you transform the clothing. Like I saw somebody on the community, she actually turned the Vivian scarf into a tube top. Like she folded it over a tube top and it looked brilliant, you know, on this young lady that was modeling that with a pair of palazzos and then the kimono and had a kind of beachy look. And it's gorgeous. Like I don't even think of these things. And then you guys just like bring it up, you know?
We
It's
are
beautiful.
artists.
Yes, absolutely. Absolutely.
Yes, and find a way to have one piece of everything that you have on your catalog, on your collection. You have a top, you have a pants, you have dresses, you have it all, because maybe they will not want to buy it all, but they have to identify themselves in anything that you have.
Beautiful. Beautifully said. Beautifully said. I think Carrie wanted to add something just before you go.
Yes.
Madge, I just wanted to thank you for mentioning energy and how the artwork really lifts people and changes the energy. I was just speaking with our CEO yesterday. Julie and I were having a meeting and we were talking about colors, and I was telling them how the vibration of each color, and scientists can measure this, you know, and how we're changing people. So what you all are bringing is really changing, you know, the world, and that we share it. And I love that you're having fun and you're sharing that with the newer artists, because it's beautiful what you're doing, you know, and you're changing the world around you as you do it. So, you know, bless you and bless you all for what you're doing. And thank you for being so outward with the message of that, because I think it's really, really important. Thanks, Madge.
Thank you, Carrie, and thank you to the galleries, because without you guys, we wouldn't have that much fun, right? Thank you so much to Thierry and the team.
Yes, absolutely. Absolutely. Thank you, love. Eddie, how do you feel? Are you ready to share with us? So Eddie,
Sure. Yeah. Shall I do the video first? I'm thinking do the video, and then my presentation is different, more behind the scenes, so I can do
perfect.
the products and then kind of backtrack, and then I can do like a how to, you know, of the, you know, how to get to the point. So you know,
Great.
because Midge did the wonderful thing, the fashion show itself. So like how do we get to the point? So
Yes,
especially
yes,
people who
yes.
haven't done that. Yeah, so that's my part. So do you want to share
Yes.
that, or if you're making the
I will make you a
the
host so you
host?
can do that. Yes. And
Oh, okay. Yeah,
just to give
okay.
you a little, I'll just switch it around. Just give me 1 second. Oh, Medj, can you do it now that you're the host? Can you put Eddie? And just to give you a little background, everybody. So the reason we felt it was really natural to have Medj and Eddie at the same time, and then Andrea that's going to share something from another external point of view when it comes to the fashion world, is that Eddie was having her first
Eddie,
ever
you are the
fashion
host.
show on the 23rd. So 4 days ago, last Saturday, she had her first fashion show in California, and she had a little meeting with Medj prior to that she also shared on the community for those of you that follow the community. And, you know, was giving Eddie some tips and tricks on how to prepare. So we felt it was beautiful because Medj, like she said, showed you like, wow, what it looks like in the end. And then Eddie outlined also all the steps she took as the months and weeks went by. And the outline, if she approves, if she gives me, you know, her okay to do so, we'll also share it with you in the thank you email, so you can keep it as a reference.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, that's why I made it. I don't have too many photos yet because I was so busy, and it just happened a few days ago. So I don't have the photos that was slideshow like Midge that I can show you. So, but I'm gonna show you the products in 2.5 minutes. So, okay, can you see? Can you everybody see? Okay.
Yes, beautiful.
Yeah. Okay, great. So let's start. Okay, so that was
Beautiful.
a show.
Bravo, Eddie. I'm so happy for you. Like,
Yeah.
so
thank
happy.
you.
Wow.
Thank you. Yeah. So let me just give you a little background. So this is my very first show. And my whole point of this is like it just came out of connections. So one thing led to another. And I was not planning on going big into fashion or a fashion show, but this is an art gallery. So the venue is an art gallery. And this is where I did 2 solo shows in the past. And basically I'm a portrait artist. So I did 2 different shows at the artist gallery. And there are some people who are art advocate and people who came to see my show. And that leads to, I put one of these water lily one. I made a few, so I wasn't really into like gallerist and up until then. But I put I just did it like as a hobby on the side. But then when I put this water lily version on the Facebook, I got overwhelming likes and compliments and oh beautiful, wonderful, and one little comment that says, would you like to do a fashion show? So I have several angels. I'm gonna, as I go along, I'm gonna mention some. So this little angel, she saw my artist show in the same gallery a few months back, and she connected that with my Facebook post, and then she liked me already from my show. So would you like to do a fashion show? So this is my first angel. So she said, I recommend that you do a fashion show because they're fabulous, because I'm going to sponsor the venue. I'm going to pay for the venue. I'm going to pay for the catering. I'm going to pay for the music, and I'm going to pay for the souvenir chocolate, box of chocolate. And I'm going to give you the raffle prize. What else? I have no idea. She did so much. So she's my like a daddy long leg. So she just seems to love my stuff. So that's the whole beginning. So maybe I'll start the timeline from here, but so that that was my the beginning of it. Okay, so let me just move this a little bit and see if I can make it bigger so you can see better. Okay, so that was, so the little comments came December 27th last year. And then that made me think, if she's gonna pay for everything, maybe I will do a fashion show. So they started the big planning. And so I found a sponsor. I think that's probably the first thing you want to do. Then she recommended the caterer, music. She is somebody who has a grant through the company she owns and operates. And she was looking for one more event to sponsor at that same venue. She's done all kinds of other events. So she knew the caterer, she knew the musician, and she knew all kinds of people, connections. So now it's my turn to do the budget, and I needed to find models. So of course, I'm gonna reach out to my friends, next door neighbor, and that was really pretty easy. So I had 15 models. I had 16, but one got COVID. But anyway, 15 models, anywhere from 14 years old to 90 years old. So next door neighbor to my friend's friend, business friends, and so on. And pretty much everybody, 95% of my friends that I asked for said yes, with an enthusiastic yes. Who would refuse if you were asked to be a fashion show model? So, so that was the easy part. And then the next thing is that I had by the way, I had a standing room only. That room holds like 90 people. We had a maximum of 90 chairs, and people continue to come, they kept coming and coming and coming. So I was expecting, 90. There's no way to predict because this is a free event, free food, free drink, free box of chocolate if the mom and daughter came together. And then but I wasn't sure. I'm not known as a fashion designer, so I really wanted to spread the word. So what I really focused on was the networking. So I ended up probably having 130 people. We lost count, but we had 90 chairs, but we have to borrow from other places. So we borrowed, maybe 20 more chairs, but we still have more people standing. So the networking I did, might be helpful. I reached out to several women's networking group. One of them is PWN, Professional Women's Network. And I think there are different chapters throughout the country. And that was one of the best things I did. So I joined, and then they promote you and they want you to do an interview. And so basically they want to promote your business. So that's really one tip. And also reached out to other ones. And I also booked different interviews through that PWN, and also there's an arts council, arts advocate for the local artists. And I reached out to them, and they were also enthusiastic. So, oh, can I interview you? So I booked that. So I booked maybe 3 interviews. And then in the meantime, I'm kind of talking to the model. So what's probably different from what Medj did is I wanted to really highlight my models, because these are small community, Carmel, Monterey, Pacific Grove, tiny community. So so I asked each model, I'm going to have you come over, and I have maybe 50 samples. And then I had them come over and then try some of them, and then let them pick what they want to wear, because I think the energy is different when they pick what they want to wear. And then they picked one, and sometimes I didn't have the right size because I only had limited amount of samples, so I ordered them. So by the time the show comes, they have the right fit, the right designs, and the size they like. So that process took a little while. Gathering models was pretty easy, but trying to herd them to come over here and then do the fitting. And the other cool thing that happened is that I happened to be inside the church in the middle of Carmel. And so I have a beautiful garden. So I just went outside and took pictures of the models, and they really get into it. And so I took a lot of pictures, and they were so useful for the Instagram and Facebook, and they are happy to be, modeling, and but me taking a whole bunch of pictures, and I'm telling them you have to do this pose, that pose, and a lot of them really got into it. So that was a fun part. And also they tell other people, their friends and families. And I think that's the big part. I had so much good attendance, not just my networking, but also I had 50 models, and each models brought anywhere from 1 to 10 people. So I think that really helped, especially the 90-year-old woman who belongs to a church, not this church, but another church, but she brought 10 people from the church. So that kind of thing, help the attendance. In the meantime, I'm making all the necessary things. I made business cards. At this point, I'm still not sure how much I want to go into this fashion. I'm an artist, portrait artist. So I'm still kind of halfway painting my portraits. I'm halfway doing this one. So I was making new business cards for fashion, making postcards for the fashion show. I made posters. I created logos. I made bags. Bought coat hangers and garment rack. And this is about the time I talked to Medj, because I don't know anything about fashion, so I need some help. And then Medj just, oh, let's talk. And so we got on the Zoom call, and she was like, oh, let's record it. Oh, let's do live. Well, we couldn't do live, but we recorded. So that's all Medj's idea. So I hope that was helpful. It was certainly helpful for me. So that's about 2-3 months into that, and then it's getting busier and busier. So about this time on, like about 90% of my life was kind of consumed into fashion show preparation in a good way. So I did the final orders, and so I did more networking. And another fortunate thing is this PWN, they happen to have networking event about 3 times between the time I joined. And right now, we're gonna hear a church bell. So hopefully it's not too loud for you. It's noontime, and so now you can tell that I'm in the church. And so I went to the networking event. They had mixers, and they had another event, and I was a vendor. So I was able to show my kimono and my scarves. So this is all women. So that was kind of in 2 weeks before my actual fashion show. So that was very lucky. And then about that time, I also did a photo shoot, and I wanted to wear my own thing, and Midge does that all the time. And she told me, you have to wear your clothing. And I had my more comfortable artsy, I can get paint all over myself kind of clothing, sweatpants, and that kind of thing. It's like, okay, I have to change the mentality. I have to wear my thing. And if I'm gonna do that, I really wanted to do a really good photo shoot. So I got lucky. Here's another angel, Donna, the photographer. I shopped around quite a bit, and out of 20 people, I picked this photographer, and she had the same vision. I looked at her portfolio, and that's exactly what I wanted. So we did a lot of planning, and so I don't know, maybe I'll just do a different share. So see if you can see some of this. So this is one of the photographs, and she took maybe 400 photographs, but yeah, this is one of them. And I live in a place, where coastline, beautiful coastlines, and also where she lives, the photographer lives, she lives in the middle of a redwood in the forest. So this is her backyard. So that's where I took another picture. And one more, this is just off the coast as well. So when I talked to Donna, I just told her, I just want to do this Titanic pose, that so she took a lot of my Titanic pose. And let's see, so that's so that came out so well. So I put a whole bunch on the Facebook and Instagram, and I'm gonna go back to the timeline here. And then, so that influenced me how to do photographs. I'm not a photographer, but although just I did also, use a few photographs on my clothing as well, like Midge did and Andrea does. But because I had the experience myself with being photographed, so I applied that when I photographed my models. First, I was doing inside the church, but then I went outside of the church to photograph the models. So I did all of that. In the meantime, I'm preparing all the details. Julie, you're my angel too. So you helped me with the promo code, and kind of help me out in different ways and encouraging me. So thank you. And then let's see. And then I'm getting some photographers to be on site and arranging videographers to be on site. And another angel came out who is an artist advocacy arts council for Monterey County. And I'm just talking to her, just networking, see what she can do for me. And she said, would you need some more help? So I said, oh yeah, I can use some help. And she said, I have a whole bunch of high school students who needs to do some work and fulfill 30 hours of art related or fashion related work. So I thought, oh, I can use them totally. So I have them come over to my studio, and some of them did Instagram. What else? Some of them are in the fashion club, and also not just his high school, but another high school. He spread the word. What else did they do? And then they did an inventory. But anyway, I used them a lot. And also on the day rehearsal and the day of the fashion show, they were so useful. I used them as a runner, greeter. So I have like a staff of 5 people, maybe more, haven't counted. So anyway, so all the preparations. Oh, and by the way, I also got an assistant recommended by somebody else. So she took care of most of my Instagram and Facebook as well, and my calendar. So, it's nice to have, actually I paid her. So it's nice to have a paid assistant as well. But also it's great to have volunteers, high school students. So 1 to 4 weeks, organizing everything. Let's see, I did more interviews, which is like within the 10 days of the show. So that timing was perfect. And then let's see. And then I asked the other arts group and also women's group to do the promotion for me. I happened to be in a local paper. I didn't pay for it. I did not do any paid ads. Oh, maybe except for Instagram, I paid $20, but that's about it. Paid advertisement, but the arts center, my venue, they were doing their own promotions and of my fashion show. So I got a lot of freebies, free promotions in that sense. And every few weeks I sent emails to models. No, it's coming up in 4 weeks. It's coming up in 1 week, and then telling them, some of the things, they should be prepared. And then also I bought the, thank you gift, at the end. I just wanted to do something, and I wanted this. I was thinking, how can I make this the best experience for the models? Because I'm not paying them. They are volunteering, although they are doing it enthusiastically. But I wanted to make this a really good experience. And then aha moment. So that photographer, my angel Donna, she happened to be a former New York fashion show model, and she happened to be a makeup artist and the photographer. So she knows everything about fashion show inside and out, in front of the camera, behind the camera, and she's an actress too. And she happened to be a good teacher, and she happened to be a meditation teacher, all in one. So I asked Donna, would you be able to, I'll pay you, so would you be able to come and help my models? Because 80% of them are brand new. They have no model experience. Only 2 high school students, maybe 1 adult and 2 high school students had a modeling experience. So in the video, maybe you were able to tell the difference. So I asked Donna, would you be able to come to the rehearsal and teach these girls what to do? And she was more than happy to do that. Actually, she was itching to do that from the moment she heard about fashion show. So, and then the 2 to 7 days, I did last minute promo, last minute instructions. And so the rehearsal day. So this is where high school students were so useful, carrying stuff and setting up things, sorting things. In the meantime, that Donna gathered, not everybody came, but maybe 10 models. And so she, yeah, I wish I had a picture, but the venue had a funky shape. So we have to be creative, have to line up the chairs. But what Donna did is she put signs like on the stage, we put the little mark on 3 different spots, maybe 4 different spots. And she taught them to breathe, relax, smile, pick a few faces in the audience, friendly faces, women's faces in the audience, and look at them in the eyes and smile. And then so each these 4 steps she picked on the stage, and she told them, you just walk nice and slowly and gracefully and stop there and shift weight a few times. That's, you saw, in the video. So that's where they're stopping and shifting weight, or play with the scarves. And then walk to the next stop, and then shift weight, or pause, or turn around, go to the next, and then go to the next. And so this is all coordinated with what I'm saying. And actually, I was the whole narrative narrator. Oh, but as Mitch mentioned, the useful use of your husband. My husband was an MC, so he started the show like, hey, everybody, sit down, because most of the people drinking wine and then having the sushi and the edamame, because it's kind of a Japanese theme. And so he gathered everybody, so sit down, so we're gonna start. And I had him acknowledge all the sponsors, my angels, and he introduced me. And then what I did was as they walk from point A to point B, I introduced the model. I asked all the models to give me 2 sentences, no more than 2 sentences introduction of them. Like, I'm a 19-year-old from San Francisco. This is my first time. Or, I'm only 17, but I've been modeling since I was 5 years old, or whatever they want to say. So I introduced them for 2 sentences from point A to point B. And then when they get to point C, now I talk about the clothing. So they can just showing off at this point and twirling around. And this Donna, the instructor, she's really telling them depends on what they're wearing and how to show off the kimonos or the scarves. And she gave them all kinds of ideas about the scarf, how to wear them. One gal, I don't know if it was there, but she did a Jackie O thing, wrap around the face. So Donna is just, I worship Donna. Anyway, she's one of my angels. So the big day came. We had some lighting issue, but again, the lighting angels appeared on the day of the rehearsal. So we kind of changed the lighting so it'll fit that thing. And I brought in my painting. You might have seen it. I brought in my paintings, full paintings. The models are wearing. So I kind of acknowledge, so this is what she's wearing. This is the original paintings, not behind her. So they just stood and then kind of compared with the paintings. So the big day is pretty much mentioned. So a lot of check-in, check-out. Oh, I did a raffle tickets. That's another money maker. So I happen to have somebody who claimed to be, what did she say? Raffle queen, raffle prize queen or whatever. She volunteered. So she sold the raffle tickets like crazy. Just the raffle alone, I made $300. So anyway, and then all the prizes are donated. And this comes from my other business friends. So 2 books were local writer donated books about the local art and culture. And the 3 restaurants donated gift certificates. So, and those are good restaurants. Like when I say the name Anton and Michelle, everybody's like, woo, like, oh, gift certificate for that. So I think that's why I got $300, well, more than $300. And we got food, music, everything went so well. It was a little bit too crowded. So there's still a lot of things I could have done better, but overall, everything went so well. And then now I'm still in a state of euphoria, but I have to get to the follow-up because there are certain things I did not have. There are certain requests. Maybe this is a question for Julie or the team. Like 2 people wanted a cape dress without the dress. They just wanted the cape, the slanted, so they just like the shape of the cape. So hopefully you're gonna make that.
Yes, I talked to the design team. I don't think you saw my email because it was just before the webinar, but I spoke to Sandrine, our lead designer, and right now we don't have it like separate, but I mentioned it to her so that the seed has been planted, and I'll also share what we said about the cape dress for the plus size. But what we're hoping is that with the 3D design tool, we're hoping that you guys are going to have access to all of the shapes in plus size. That's what we're trying to develop. I just can't promise a date or how or when, but it's something that the team is working because they want you guys to be able to place whatever artwork on the 3D mockup and then choose the sizing you want, right? So everybody can have access to anything basically.
Oh, excellent. Well, thank you.
Of course.
They can use the shawl that we have to do the same thing because you can turn the shawl like the cape.
Right.
You turn it around to have a V, it's really easy to do.
Yeah, thank you. Okay, so I'm in a state of follow-up. So I punched in 60, I think at least 60 emails that I got from the checking in, which is very good, for the future announcement. And I'm doing kind of sales and expenses, and let's see what else. So I'm getting the photos and video edited right now to, upload. And thank you to everybody involved. And as a result, I'm still kind of following up because there are different requests, and then people who were at the show is spreading the word. And I just got 2 orders from North Carolina, and I go, why North Carolina? But somebody who came to the show has a sister in North Carolina. And then she saw the website. Oh, I love your thing. So your clothing is going to be my go-to clothing from now on. And Julie rescued me because she didn't know how to put in the promo code.
Oh,
So
that's the one. Yes, yes, yes.
that's the one. So thank you so much. Otherwise, she said, oh, otherwise I may have to cancel it. So you, yeah, you put it in. So like that rescued the sale. So thank you so much.
Of course.
So yeah. So anyway, I think, oh, and then the last thing is boutiques. And so just on the way from the fashion show, I'm having fun, and we had dinner. And then right next door to where we had dinner is a boutique. And I just kind of brought my scarves over there, like, oh, I just did a fashion show, like these are my scarves. And she said, oh, I love the scarves. So can we order from 10 just to test? So I got a boutique, I didn't sign or anything, but so I have 2 boutiques, very, very highly likely that they're going to carry my thing. And so that will be my next act. Oh, and then I also had a request for 2 more fashion shows in the Bay Area, about an hour or 2 hours from here. So so I think it just from this fashion show, it's just kind of spreading possibilities. So that's about it of my kind of process, how I did my first fashion show. And I'll be happy to share. I updated a few things a little bit since the time I showed you. Oh, but the last email I sent you, Julie, that's the latest version. And although it's not that, sophisticated, I just only spent like 30 minutes kind of jotting down with the kind of stream of consciousness. So in any way, it's complete, and probably, there are typos. But anyway, that kind of give you a flows that I wish I had when I started. So
yes, and I saw a lot of people commenting, can you share it? Can you share it? Can you share it? So yes, thank you, email. And if you want to post it yourself on the community, maybe that's even better than me, because when it comes from you, they'll recognize you from the webinar, and I don't want it to get lost in translation. If you want.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I can do that. And also maybe I can do the spelling check before I post it.
Sure. Sure. And just let me know when you're ready, and then I'll put it in the email, or I can also check it for you. If you want to change things, you can let me know. But if not, yes, that's a great idea. And if you want to share that beautiful video, that's awesome. Because I think sometimes with Zoom, there's a bit of a delay. So we'll get an even better rendition of it if we can listen to it, if we can watch it another time on our own. So yes, I'm so happy to hear all about this, because I saw you like in the making, and it's just so glorious, and all these angels coming. It's just amazing. I love it. Like, it shows you when you don't force life and you just flow with life, how things just align, and come, right? And there's a joy, like people were saying, wow, I love how enthusiastic Eddie is, and just what you're sharing, because you can feel that, right? It's beautiful.
Yeah, I was sharing with a lot of people about this. Sometimes by my other business could be a struggle. I'm trying and trying, nothing's happening. But with as soon as I started this, December 27th, and I just a mere mention of fashion, wearable art, people just kind of clamor, and I go, oh, can I help? Can I help? And I want to be part of it. So it's just that magnetic thing. So it's been an easy birth, really easy birth. And I have all these angels, coming in. Partially, I think I'm really open, like, because I'm in a place, help me, because I don't know anything about it. Help me. So people show up and, oh, I can help you with this. Oh, okay, great, help me. So I'm kind of including and increasing my team, networking. So it's really a collective effort.
Yes.
And so I'm just using everybody else's talent. And so it's such a good project so far. I'm so happy. And a lot of people are asking me, like, when's the fall collection?
You're in it now. You're in it now, right?
I cannot get out anymore now. So I'm happy to stay in.
Yeah, and Carrie was saying exactly that, how you were just able to utilize everybody's strengths and talents, I mean, that's when we feel the best, right? When we can serve in the highest way, in the way that feels right to us and what we love. And so that's just beautiful to see all these colors. And I love that you work with the youth as well. Like, I think that's just amazing, both volunteering and others that work differently, but that was just beautiful,
And everybody brought in different strength, like you said. And the young people, some people think the youngsters nowadays are all about computer, but the high schoolers that I dealt with, they're so creative. They do all kinds of different things with the fashions, and and they're really good kids. So I learned a lot from them too. So they have different ideas. Or what about if you do this? Or what about if I reach out to the fashion club? So they have ideas. So they really helped me out, and I learned a lot from them. as well as from the 90-year-old woman, next door
Yes.
neighbor. She has some great ideas. So yeah, it was such a great project. I'm just so happy I did it. I think it was meant to be from the moment my first angel spoke to me, like, would you like to do a fashion show? Like, oh, okay.
Definitely. Yes. 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 And seeing your smile today, like for sure, like it's a success on all fronts, like beautiful.
Right.
And
Yeah.
before I pass the mic to Andrea, I just want to make sure I saw some questions. How did you do with the payment process? I remember you asked me questions about that. Did you approach it like Medj, or did you find another way to manually take orders? What did you do for that?
I did two things. I had maybe about 100 clothing. I don't know how many Medj has, but I got about 100. And then I sold some. So I did that. I have PayPal, the little triangle thing. I don't know when Medj said box. I don't know if she meant that triangle thing or she had a different the desktop thing. So if you can
show us. I think she tested Square, then she wasn't satisfied with customer service, but then PayPal, and then she said PayPal.
It's called Zeta on PayPal. They send you a little box like that. I have it at my office. I forgot it. It's a small box like that. You can enter it's a wire. No, it's on Wi-Fi with your phone.
Right. Yeah.
And you just put the card in it. So it's cheaper than if you enter the card manually. And you have the app on your
used
phone.
This one, and this worked just fine. This is for PayPal.
Yes.
And that worked perfectly.
Yes.
Yeah. So I
Yes.
did that. And I also, some of the thing I did not have inventory. I had one laptop, I had one iPad, and then I trained one girl to do that. So she made a few transactions, but mostly I sold from what I have, scarves, headband, and things like that. And I had a few other merchandise as well. So yeah, I handled it that way. So it worked out great. Yeah.
Beautiful, beautiful. All right. Yes, exactly. Great idea, Medj. Exactly. Take email addresses. You can bring your PDF presentation. If you have a book, you can do that. You can take orders like that. Emails for sure. Yeah. Business cards, like Eddie was saying, you have your storefront or whatever you want to use, your website, your own channel. Yes, all great ideas for sure. And I think it depends on the public and the moment, and also you test things, right? Like Eddie said, like she's been happy throughout, yet she still sees things that she could even do differently next time and wants to test out. So it's always, I think it's a beautiful time to play as well and explore and see what works, right? And see how they respond. Yes. Thank you, April, for sharing that. I use, Square, exactly. PayPal is more, So yes, to be explored, all these options, and bear with us if we don't see all your questions. We'll always do our best to answer. We see you, we hear you. We just do our very best with the hands we have here. So for the ones that can stay, this is so rich. I didn't want to cut anybody short. So thank you so much, Eddie and Medj. If you can stay, we have Andrea that we wanted to have her share a kind of different side of the journey as well, as she was able to participate in New York Fashion Week. I think it was last year, Andrea?
Yeah, it was in September.
It's September. I thought, oh my God, that's a golden ticket. We want to hear about that. So even if it's not just with the wearable art or whatever it is, I feel like it's just such a lens into the fashion world, and just your feel of it, anything you want to share. Thank you for waiting until the end.
No, that's okay. No worries. So piggybacking basically on what Medj and Eddie already said about the organization behind it, was where that in itself was really difficult. Deciding whether I was going to do different pieces of the same art or just all different pieces with all different art. So that was difficult, and narrowing it down to, the 15 different ideas or the 20 different ideas that, that we were going to show. New York Fashion Week is, I don't really, it's crazy. I'll just say that it was super stressful and a lot of anxiety. I'm putting the pieces together, and so we don't get to the show that I was with. We didn't get to see the models. We were provided with all of their dimensions and sizing and all of that ahead of time, so that we could coordinate. And we were I was given the option to say like, I want, 2 smalls, 2 mediums, an extra large, a plus size, or whatever I wanted, I could request. They would find a model in that range. They would send me the specifications of this girl. I could reach out to her. We could communicate. I'm going to have you wearing X, Y, and Z. Do you have a pair of black leggings? Do you have some shoes that you could bring? I mean, it was a lot. And that's not to say that it wasn't an amazing experience at the same time. So yeah, that was, I don't know. It was interesting. My experiences were not, what Medj did at her fashion show would be something that I like, just having fun. Like it's not about that. It's very like, you walk, the model, it's fast, it's moving fast. There's no time for fun. It is like, you're on, you're off, you're next. You have to have everything lined up and ready to go, everything, the whole outfit with the jewelry, the shoes, everything together. You're pulling the model, you're changing the model, she's running back out. Like, I was sweating and like I was drenched, and it moves so fast. So there wasn't like the enjoyment that Medj got, or probably Eddie as well. It's really fast paced. Give your music, they put your music on, they introduce you. At the end, you do a walk with 2 of your favorite pieces or models, whatever it is. And you walk with them and you're out, like, because it is hours of, and it was a 2-day show. So we were there Saturday and we did another show Sunday. So you're in the city, and if you're close enough, you're home. If you're not, you're staying in the city. And you're lugging around suitcases of garments and shoes and all of these things, because they're at different venues.
Yes.
And so you're moving through the city, and it was chaotic. I'll just say that it was chaotic, but
And
it was.
you find
a-
was it
Sorry.
worth it, Andrea? Do you feel like, because we hear in New York Fashion Week and it's like, whoa, everybody knows what it is, whether you're in fashion or not, right? So it's a big deal, and you describe it very well with the fast pace, and it's like bum, bum, bum. It's another kind of energy, and it's not for everybody. Like Medj was saying, she used to work with business development in Cannes, and it's like, that's a whole other ball game as well. And she's enjoying now. You can see her say, no, like no more, but for
Right.
some that have that fire and that desire right now, like, do you feel that did it give you the exposure you wish it was going to? Like, how was it for you? Do you feel like it was worth the sweatiness and the anxiety and all that? Or was it just, yeah?
It's hard to say. I met a lot of great people there. I don't know if the show per se helped, but the people that I met and the networking and the community that we had amongst ourselves was fabulous. That part of it was great. And yeah, but I mean, New York, I'm from New York and I'm in Connecticut now. And so I guess I'm kind of used to that like, let's go, let's move. We got to, I'm used to that. It's not, but it definitely isn't for everyone. It is, it's fast.
Yeah.
And so you're given a time. This is how it's happening. You're on, you're off, and you're packing up because they've got 20 new artists coming in, and it's back to back to back to back, boom, 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 all day and night. And then the next day, same thing. And it's
fast. And how do you get involved? Like, say somebody was like, you know what, I'm ready to sweat. I'm ready to run it. I can do this energy. I want to try it out. I want to do the boom, how did you get into it? Did you know somebody that knows somebody, or do you get invited?
So somebody reached out to me, and I honestly thought she was joking, because I was like, what are you talking, like, okay, yeah, okay. And she had the director man call me, and I spoke with him for a long time. There are tons and tons of different venues and different companies, I guess, that put on during February and during September.
Yes.
So at any point, if you have the finances and have the time and are willing to go in, there are tons of them that do it. This one just happened to reach out to me, and I was like, Cool. Yeah, I'll do it. Why not? Sure.
Yeah.
And I would do it again, but I wouldn't do it with the company that I was with. I would try and do different venues and different forums and see how those go.
Yes, because
Um,
this was with another thing that not with your wearable art, with what you're doing now, right? With LG, it was with something else.
Oh, it was with
Fully
wearable-
LG?
It was fully LG. Yes, all of
Awesome.
it was all of my Yep.
Yes, but you would do it
Uh,
another company, you mean like, oh, the people that you were working with, like in that segment, you mean, of that part of the show?
No, so like I can just say there's like society is one, and there's so many different. I guess they're just like I really don't know what they are. They're like these companies that gather up different artists to
Right.
be present at their show.
Oh, yes,
Because
yes.
there are hundreds of shows going on throughout the city during that week.
Right.
And so, I mean, like, you could say, we're going to create a show for Fashion Week in New York City during this week. It's going to be, and you guys would put it on. You
Yes,
know what
yes,
I
yes.
mean?
I
So
get
that
it.
would, and then you would have all of the artists that you bring in to present on your runway, and you would have it set up the way you want. So that's kind of what it is.
Okay, right,
Um,
right, yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So anybody could do it. You know, you could set it up in the park or whatever. And
Yeah. Right. And so apart from the Fashion Week, did you feel like, are you still drawn to like organizing special events, things like that with your wearable art, or like are you more focusing on finding the right partnership for wildlife animal photography and what you're
Both.
putting forth?
So I'm
Both?
doing both. I live in a small town in Connecticut that's got a pretty intense art district type
Yeah.
thing. I don't know. We were like named some art thing for the state. I don't even know.
Like a
But,
community of artists, like a collective or something?
Yeah, no. I mean, I have my stuff in some of the stores that's not like purchased like on consignment. And then we do a split. And yeah, there's always something going on. There's something going on next week for like Anne's House, which is a cancer facility. And so they put on a fashion show. And so like things like that I get involved in just to like get my stuff exposed. But again, that's only being exposed to like my small little community. You know what I mean? So like getting it out there to the broader, where people are actually working with wildlife and protecting wildlife and doing conservatorships and stuff like that. That's where I need to be. And so,
Yes.
like in this little bubble, and it's not going to help me.
Yes. That's why I'm happy you're here, because I love that we're not just stuck on a format of like, we have the panelists share inspiring the artist. I feel like that we can go both ways. So now that you're here and you're sharing this, and then this is going to be on our YouTube, and we'll share it like with like thousands of artists in our database. If you guys have any ideas, can you show us a few of your products? I see one behind.
Sure. I don't know. No, I can't. It says I'm disabled.
Oh, to share this to
share a screen, and I don't even know how to do this.
Oh yes, Eddie, can you put her as a host if you can? And if not, I thought, is behind you, is that one of the products on the mannequin there?
Oh yes. I forgot about her back
She's
here.
the host now.
Oh, thank you, Eddie. Thank
I'm
you.
sorry. All right, so this is not me. Is this me? I don't know how
So
to
now
do
you can
this.
share the screen. Do you see at the bottom share screen? There's like it's green, and there's like a rectangle with an arrow pointing up the bottom.
Yeah, I
left.
see it, but then it's oh, here we go. This is from, how do I do
Yes,
this?
Renee,
There.
collaborations with science museums, zoos. I think she's also connecting with the Wildlife Conservancy. Is that the one, Andrea, you're connecting with?
I'm trying to connect with a ton of wildlife facilities, zoos and sanctuaries and safaris and all of that. So this dress, and I'm so glad you guys brought this back, because this absolutely was one of my, this actually was what, this design was what inspired me to make this line. I love this dress.
They're so absolutely beautiful. And I know I'm a big animal fan, so maybe I'm biased, but they're just so gorgeous. I have a hard time believing that you can't find the right partnerships. I know you will, so I'm like spreading the word, see what comes as ideas,
Can you open it?
It's
Can you
loading, I
open it
think.
for us?
Yeah.
Oh, it's not showing? I don't know
It's
what.
still loading, I think. Yeah.
I don't know how to do this. I'm sorry. This is
No,
like,
that's okay.
What are you on, Mac or?
PC.
no, I'm on a PC, but I don't think I know how to do that. Oh, so the green, you're showing the green, you're looking at the green line. So you can't see this picture that just popped up?
No.
No, but if
Oh.
you can.
All right.
Can you have to open them large on your computer for us to see it.
That?
Are they show? Not yet.
No.
Do you see
I
an
don't know
option?
I know how to do that. Sorry.
No, that's okay. Don't worry about it. Hey, I had trouble creating the co-host thing before we started too. Like if something wasn't working right, so that's okay. It's so awesome. The photos look amazing though. I really want us to see them. Maybe what we can do, if you can send a couple to me by email. Like look at
Sure.
all of those ones. Wow, it's like she's wearing kind of a bathing suit and then the kimono.
Yeah,
I can share
yeah.
them, put them on Canva.
Okay.
Yeah, and upload them and show them in the thank you
Facebook.
email or provide a link or something we can do.
Okay.
Or on the community, because these are really awesome. Let's see what people are saying here. Yes, yes, can you, yeah, that'd be great. Can you choose the screen that you're sharing? Do you see that, Andrea? This will be our last attempt. If you click there, share screen, you can see like which screen you want to share.
It says you are screen sharing. It shows right on the top that I'm showing. I don't know.
And if you go back to the button at the bottom with the share screen, usually, or if you can stop it and then we'll
Okay.
start it again. And then usually, like as soon as you click share screen, it gives you like a rectangle that has like your desktop or this specific tab, this page to share.
Your
We'll see if
screen
it
has
gives you
stopped
that.
sharing. Okay.
And then you should see something pop there.
Because you are sharing all the pictures. So choose one and it will open it.
Yeah.
That-
Yeah, there you go. Woohoo! Awesome.
I've got this background of like, I don't know
Oh
what it-
yeah.
Anyway, there's,
Wonderful.
this is running in the, oh, goodness.
Yeah, see this dress, this style is perfect. Like I think they're beautiful, right?
I
Yeah.
love that,
Okay.
that dress, the bell sleeve dress. I just absolutely love that.
It's gorgeous. Yeah.
And it would be.
Yes.
let me
Thank
see.
you for your beautiful comments, everybody, and your suggestions. The heart of the community helping us screen share and everything. Thank you.
I can't get out of it now. All right.
Oh yeah. And then can you, yeah, that's perfect. Well, at least we get an idea. And I think some of them, some of the artists have recognized your photos from the community. So that's nice too, you know, to remind them of that. And let me see if there's anything else. Yeah, that was the Marianne. Very good. Yes. So for now, is there anything else you were inspired after Eddie and Medj's sharing? Do you feel you want to share anything else in the planning, or was it pretty similar to how the ladies approached it as well, like the timeline and everything when you're preparing an event?
So I knew about this I knew about it probably right after February. They had February Fashion Week.
Right.
It was probably March. And so I had a 6 month, like, I knew it was happening in 6
Yes.
months.
Yes.
And so I had time to prepare, but they didn't give us the information about the models until,
Right.
I mean, it was really cutting it close. So I started just saying, like, give me every medium-sized model you find and I'll just order all medium stuff because I don't know. But then getting shoes for these girls,
Oh yeah.
that was, it was a lot. It was a lot because then I had to be like, what size are you? And here I am, like, trying to wrangle up shoes that would go, you know, fit with the thing, because the girls didn't have them, or some of the girls were coming from on the other side of the world and they would be traveling over and they weren't, it was a lot.
Yes, I can imagine. Yeah. And hopefully there's a way that in maybe these community events you're doing, I don't know, maybe something will come about that will offer like a broadening, you know, to the audience, because, and we were actually talking about this with Carrie just recently, a way of hosting like virtual fashion shows? Is that going to become a thing? Can that become a thing? Not necessarily just through us LG, but can artists connect and then have a virtual event together, or can locally, like travel, locally, like not so far distances, and maybe connect you with artists that you guys could partner and do something like that, or something that would give you more exposure than just like you said, like the local.
Yeah,
local
yeah,
side.
that's great. And I mean, like, even I want to give back. So my whole thing is giving back to these foundations or these zoos or whatever in order to help support what they're doing.
Yes.
So like finding a collaboration or a partnership where maybe not necessarily buying from me as a wholesale deal, but maybe just partnering where I'm giving back to them 20% or 25% of any sales that we have going on of whatever. And Meg just shaking her head, no way. Why?
Because we don't have that much. We don't make that much.
I know.
I try to do that. I am a giver. I try to do that, but when you buy it at 90 bucks and you sell it at 120, there's no way that you can do 25%. I'm seeing that for the boutique. When you sell to the boutique, you want to do 15% or 20%. What I found and what I say, it's simple. We are not creating in China. It's not cheap. What we do, it's expensive because we want quality. So yes, it's expensive. We don't make a lot of money on it. So please, we are artists, starving artists. That's it.
I mean,
I don't say I'm a starving artist because I don't want to be a starving artist, but I don't bring this energy. But in the same time, we do great quality. And when people see it, they understand that it's not, we don't have it at $5, so we cannot give them 20% of it. It's not possible, even if we want, right, Judy?
Unless you have the resources, like it depends on your financial situation and your approach too. Like if you're seeing it more, like you said, Andrea, like if it's not something you want to use as a main income line or even a side one, if it's more something of giving back, I feel like that's definitely, and something that can lead into something else bigger later for profit if you were looking to that. But it could also be an approach of just giving back for that specific product, for that specific project with the Wildlife Conservancy.
So like we're doing a Mother's Day, right?
Yeah.
So we're doing a Mother's Day thing, and everything that sells between now and Mother's Day with whatever, we'll give you back, whatever it is.
It's a great idea. The raffle, it's a perfect idea. I gave a lot of clothes. I gave to the model a kimono because I gave everybody something.
Yeah.
And I bought this little kitchen, like Eddie, you were saying, angels. So I bought that. I bought a box of 100, and each person who buys something, I have a bag and I put that in it. Like that, they remember.
Yes.
But it's difficult to, when you add up, it's a lot of money at the end.
Yeah. And at least if you're cutting your losses, if you're not losing money, that's a good start. Like I was speaking about this with Andrea, who's on, I don't know if she left us, but Andrea Joy, she was saying, like there's some times where she literally gave away things, and that's the part of where we learn and we try things and we see how we can approach this business side of things. But I totally see how that could be possible too, Andrea, just like as a giving back as a project, like a small test, and then see what happens and how you can utilize that. And that might be actually how do you call it? A diving board towards some other opportunities as well. Yeah. So anyway, I know that there's a lot of information and I know we've held you a little longer, but hopefully you feel enriched the way we do and nourished today with this webinar. Thank you so much, Andrea, for jumping in. Did you want to?
Thank you so much.
Okay. Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you all. Thank you, Eddie.
Thanks for having me. I appreciate it.
Oh, it's truly a pleasure. It's really a pleasure. Thank you all for staying on.
Thank you, Julie,
for a beautiful day
and wonderful to us.
My pleasure.
Thank
Love
you.
you.
Meg, can we connect sometime? Yeah. Bye.
Yes, we'll connect you, Meg and Eddie. Yeah, we'll have you connect. Absolutely.
Thank you.
Wonderful. Have a good day.
Bye.
Bye-bye, ladies. Thank you.